So we got the system installed, still have to rerun some of the wiring around there, clean it up a bit. I had to rerun the pipe along here. This is the pipe that comes off the coil in the tank. It's the cold side of the coil. The hot side of the coil is the other one, cold side's this side, and that runs down the pipe. I had that going over the ceiling, but I had an airlock in there, so that solved the problem. Anyhow, we got the Softank here. We're just finishing up. We've got 36-inch diameter, 2-inch thick. This is not the white Home Depot kind of foam. This is the roofing foam. It's really high temperature. You cannot use the white foam on this tank. You can see here it's 4 layers of 1 inch in there. So what happens is we're going to put a plastic sheet over top of this. We've got this dip tube that I made up. It's just basically going in the hole right here, and that drops down into the tank, and that's what you use to check your level, and it's just going to get covered by a cap on the top. This is going to be all flush like that on the top of the tank. So we've got a plastic sheet that goes in first, then this goes in. You've got a cutout for all your different connections for piping, and the cover that goes on here is supposed to get siliconed in, but I'm not going to silicone it in right now because I'm probably going to add a third coil here for a hot tub in the near future, so I'm not going to glue it all together, and I'll show you how it goes together here in a second. This here is part of the Softank kit, 210 gallon tank, and they give you all the different instructions on how to cut the material for the tank, how to put it all in there, what it looks like in the end, and what we're working on now is the last part. We've got everything together and it's filled. So this is the moisture barrier. They've got it labeled on here, moisture barrier. Let's pull this thing out of here. There we go. And I'm not sure if this is round or square. In any case, it has a gray side and a not so gray side. So we're going to have to look at what's what. So according to the instructions, they show the cover going on like that. So just like we have it here, you've got the text to the top. On the back side, there's nothing on the back side. So it's just a square piece that fits on here, and we're going to press on the foam over top of this. I just noticed this. This is made in Mission, BC, of all places. That's where my parents live at the moment. Small world. And this comes from the US. It's a roofing material. I'm assuming this is the kind of stuff that you put under a steel roof like the one that we had installed in the house. I have a feeling that this stuff is going to be extremely tough, so I'm going to try and install the dip tube through here while I've still got it partially mounted and somewhat on an angle, so I can actually get under there and get my fingers under there to get that through there. Otherwise there's probably no way you're going to push this through that material if it's down in all the way. Okay, now we got the cover pushed in. It's could be a little bit tighter in some spots. Maybe you want to go 37 inches just to be really tight, to squish that in there nice, because you don't want any gaps in between. There's not a lot of material left. I mean, because it's a square piece, you can see in some places there's, you know, not that much material. I guess I could have centered it a little better, but that's okay. Where you've got the excess, you have to basically lift this up and take your excess and push it right down in there. So we're going to do that next. There's the dip tube. Just have that little, I chose a plastic cover because this being copper is going to conduct a lot of heat out of the tank, so I figured put that cover on there. That should be good. Okay, that's pretty much it. Wish we had a bit more material here and there to tuck in. Could look a little prettier, I suppose, but it's functional. So we'll see how it does over the next few days when we get some sunshine. Okay, now we got some of the wiring cleaned up. We've got the HBX controls, CIS 300 LAN to serial modem. That's the one that works with the software and tells you exactly what the pump is doing at all times. And we've now run the control cable up and across and down to the tank on that side. So we'll see how the performance goes. Right now it's 85.5 is the tank temperature, and we'll see how high that goes in the next few days. It's basically, this is like 1.5 days of partial sun, more or less, and that was without the insulative cover on the tank, so it's not bad. And it's only, what we got on there, 61 tubes out of 90 on the collector, so see how she goes.